Video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. By the end of this video, you'll know how to import from China and be one step closer to starting your own e-commerce business, being your own boss, and working your way toward financial freedom. I'm going to fly through 10 quick steps and teach you how to import goods from China to the USA, starting with step 1. Find a China supplier. This could be a factory or a trading company. Step 2. Negotiate and work with your supplier on all the details of your product and order. This could include what they're making for you, tooling and setup costs, samples, packaging details, minimum order quantities, the FOB price and payment terms, lead times, quality specs, and inspection requirements. Step 3. Place your first PO or purchase order. Send over a formal order. This is usually done using a simple PO template. Create a PDF and send it over by email. Ask the factory to send you a PI or pro forma invoice. The PI you receive should also provide you with payment instructions for a deposit you'll likely have to pay depending on how you negotiated your payment terms. Be careful here, as this is where most people get scammed. When you're wiring money, be sure you've done your due diligence. Okay, step 4. While your product is being made, or possibly even earlier, find a local freight forwarder near you. They don't have to be near you, but I always recommend to go local if possible. It's always nice to be able to visit with your freight forwarder in person as part of your due diligence. All you need to do is Google China import freight forwarder near me, and you should immediately have some options. Another option is Flexport, which is a modern online approach to importing and exporting. Visit flexport.com and check them out. I have no affiliation with them, so do your own research. Step 5. Work with your freight forwarder and get set up and ready to import. They'll guide you through the setup process and ask you all the questions they need answers to. This will include where you're manufacturing and what port in China your goods will be leaving from. You can ask your supplier for this info. They'll want to know where your goods will need to be delivered to and if your warehouse has loading docks or not. They'll want to know what goods you're importing so that they can assign the correct HS or HTS code. These are codes that classify your product and let you know what import duties or tariffs will be assigned to your product. Depending on how frequently you plan to import, they might have you pay money for a standing bond. Again, they'll walk you through everything. Just follow their guidance and get a quote for your shipment. Step 6. Once you're all set up with your freight forwarder, introduce them to your contact at your China supplier. This will create a direct line of communication between them and the China factory, which will help you get your product moving when it's ready. Step 7. Push your factory to finish the order. Conduct any inspections you feel are necessary. Then give your freight forwarder the green light and tell them that your goods are ready and to get your stuff moving. Step 8. Depending on how you negotiated payment terms, you'll need to settle the bill with your supplier. Since you probably paid a deposit in good faith, the payment of the balance is often negotiated to be paid within 7 to 10 days after sailing and upon proof of the BL, or bill of lading. Once you confirm with your freight forwarder that the product is on the ship and moving and there's proof of a BL, you can arrange to pay your supplier the balance. But payment terms vary depending on how you negotiated them, so you do you. Once you pay, the supplier releases the BL, which means you now own the product on the water. Congratulations. We're almost there. Step 9. Wait and wait some more. Shipping times vary, but during normal times, a container usually takes 3 to 4 weeks to arrive at a US port. From there, your freight forwarder will arrange to get it to your final destination after it clears customs. Depending where your final destination is, your cargo will usually travel to you by rail, then truck. And there's really not much you'll need to do except get frequent updates from your freight forwarder and exercise a lot of patience. Step 10, last step. The trucking company usually contacts you directly to arrange a delivery date, but not always. Keep in touch with your freight forwarder as they're your point of contact. Eventually, the truck will arrive. Receive your goods and have fun unloading the container at your warehouse. Make sure you know how much free time you're given to unload the container. Taking too long can result in getting charged extra fees. You don't want that. So rally up your team, hire some temps, call up some friends, or just move really fast. Guess what? You now know how to import goods from China to to the US. And as promised, you're one step closer to starting your own e-commerce business, being your own boss, and working your way toward financial freedom. And now that you know how to get your product, make sure you know how to price your product for optimal profit margin. This is where most people go wrong. Don't